Yeah, I'm super late. I stole the idea. Who cares? First thing I want to learn are VSTs, or rather how to make VSTs and how to program them. I followed a little tutorial in Rust and I made one. It was pretty fun. If you don't know what VSTs are, they're basically plugins for your audio or your music making programs. They can either be the instruments themselves, the sounds themselves, or they can be effects, things like EQ. And they should be able to work across multiple different programs to make the audio. I think the only exception there is with Apple's Logic Pro. I think they use some sort of a different format for the VSTs, but overall, it should be able to work across all of them. And it kind of merges the two things I've been interested in lately. I've been making house music on the side, and I really like writing code, so I think putting them together would be interesting, so we'll see where that goes. Next thing I want to learn is React Native. Obviously, I know how to write React code already. I really enjoy React. And I used to write Android apps on the side. I used to write them in Java. So I think it'd be pretty interesting to go back to, jumping into Android app development, maybe iOS development with the React Native. I got quite a few decent ideas for apps I'd like to make. I don't really want to go back into Java and then learn Swift or Objective-C on the iOS side. So I think doing everything in React Native is probably a better idea. I know there's also some alternatives. I think Flutter with Dart, and I think Angular has their own something going on. Not really interested in learning those, so I will be sticking to React Native, and something I really want to try for 2023. Next up, I put OCaml, and I kind of already know what's going on with OCaml. I've written OCaml in the past. I enjoy OCaml, but I probably haven't used it as much as, maybe I'd like to in the past. I think maybe the community and the tooling around OCaml isn't quite as easy to get into. It's not quite as large compared to more mainstream, languages, which kind of held me back a little bit from making a full dive into OCaml. But I feel maybe like a deeper dive in 2023 into what's going on with OCaml, into getting a deeper understanding. And I think OCaml is pretty good for writing compilers, things like that. So I think it'd be pretty interesting to try that out. Maybe write my own toy programming language, see what's going on. And maybe instead of just exploring the core features, maybe looking into what, Meta or Facebook have come up with, what Jane Street has come up with, and trying to integrate those into my processes. Following OCaml, I put GraphQL on my list. And I hate GraphQL, but I'm not sure why. I used GraphQL in the past, and I'm not sure why I really hated it or I disliked it, but I haven't used it since, and I think it'd be pretty interesting to try and pick this up again, maybe just for a little project here or there, not really for anything that I'm too invested in. I never really ran into a situation where I thought, man, I need GraphQL for this, and that my REST API was not cutting it. I know a lot of people enjoy GraphQL, and there's certainly some benefits to using it. So I think I'll give it another go and see if it can become some sort of a mainstay, something that I use all the time. But I'm not too optimistic about it. And the last thing I put on my list of things I want to pick up and learn this year is Quick. I don't know too much about Quick. I read the homepage. It seems to be a bit quicker than React. I think it says 3 times quicker maybe. I think it achieves this by only using JavaScript the moment it's necessary. So that's pretty interesting. I don't really have too many use cases for something that needs to be super quick or that much quicker than React. But given that the code looks super similar to React, it uses JSX, I think it'd be pretty interesting to try and pick it up. It shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Overall, I think just another tool in my toolbox, something I can use here or there if I need something that's not React, or maybe I'll end up enjoying it more than React and just mainly switch over to that. I'll probably try it with 1 or 2 toy projects or small web apps here and there, nothing too integral, nothing too important that needs to be done in a certain way. And we'll see if I like Quick.